All right, I caught one of these, playing some Tour 7 for those of you that are going to play in the Pro, but the setup here is exactly the same. It doesn't really matter whether you're in Rookie or Pro or Expert. Your setup shot's going to be out to this area, and you're going to want to lay up, trying to get out here in front, pretty much to the front of that sand. Just a little technical thing. I like to be a little bit farther to the right. So, anywhere out here is going to be fine, but the farther out you are to the right, the more it opens this opening up to the green, so you can really get a nice run in at it. So I caught this hole earlier. I think I demoed it from the Pro Tees with a quarterback, and I'm not sure if I was using a katana or a quasar, so let's check it out. All right. Let's see what club we got here. Switching it over from you can see how much distance you can get with a extra mile and a big ball. So it doesn't really matter from which tee you're hitting it from. It's pretty much the same type of setup shot. And with a quarterback and a katana, it's right there. But with a quasar, you can still get that same kind of distance and not have to burn one of your katanas. So you don't have to be up there in the front. You can see where it rolls down in the front, and the closer you hit it to the front, it'll take a shot and it'll go straight. It'll shoot out straight. So just trying to pop it up out there and get it so that it's about even with the top of the sand, a little bit further to the right, more towards those shadows than the sand. Then you'll have a nice, clear, open shot to the green. See what our opponent does here. I believe my opponent does get this shot up there where it's on the other side of the curve, so you can see it when it hits. It takes a really flat bounce and hops forward. I'm not a big fan of setting myself up where I don't have a couple rings of distance between different surfaces. I like to give myself plenty of room. That way, if you hit a grate to the left or the right, you don't end up getting caught on one of these islands. Always give yourself room for maneuver. We all want to hit perfect every time, but it doesn't happen. So just admit it and give yourself some distance. That way you're not messing up. But you can see how our opponent got that flat hop going forward. And they're in the very similar area as us, out there by the shadow. That gives you a nice, clear shot to the green. This hole is really good for a sniper. And I've played this hole tons and tons of times and been down in that area. We're pretty close to a max club right there. But even though we're eking towards mid, I'm still going to use a max number. And it takes very little adjustment. Now, I usually like to set my blue ring up so that it's butted up against the rough. That gives me that distance that I'm talking about. And then do a full wind adjustment from that point. This is 1 per ring, so it's about a 5-ring pull. And then just a nice, easy shot trying to hit perfect. Hitting perfect. This will get you that nice run up towards the hole. And in the hole, albatross. Nice and easy. Yeah, that was a good shot. That was a money shot. I wish that would have been the weekend round of a tournament. You always want those in the weekend round. I got up this morning, I was playing, and I hit 2 eagles on holes that you don't normally get eagles on, and I hit 2 albatrosses. So I was on fire this morning. So once again, my opponent's setting himself up right at the transitional line, giving themselves very little room for maneuver here. And they have a sniper, and it's a 4.5 rings is what they should have moved, and it's hitting it great on the left-hand side. That's what happens. Give yourself lots of room when you're setting these shots up. That's really key, and it's going to be key as you go up the scales of being able to have success in these, is to give yourself lots of room for maneuver. All right, that was hole 3. Par 5 of the Sunshine Glades, and that's also in the Tropic Kings tournament. Thanks for watching. Maybe.